Man and machine. Today more than ever, it's a struggle for control. Machine supplies the firepower, but man provides the passion.
We're not giving up.
The drive.
Nice and smooth, bud. You'll run him right down.
Sure, you need a fast car, but come on, that's a cliche. You can't just put this baby on cruise control. You need a captain who can adapt to adversity, who can overcome the flaws in the machine. Control, that's an illusion. Because every lap,
I see him coming.
every lead change could make the difference in an all-out chase to make the imperfect perfect.
Downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful scenery there at Romere Bearden Park. But today, Charlotte's site of the DNQ Grand Am Rental Kart Series race, the Busch Clash 2014 version. I'm Bob Duato, and right here we've got all-time DN 500 winning crew chief Chris Williams. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
And also next to me we have my Richie Trickle.
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Our reporter is down there with Jeremy Clemens. We know he had some problems here last time.
Well, Jeremy Clemens is back in action this race at the place you had a little issue here last year with Ryan Flores. I see you guys are buddies now, but how's it feel to be back?
It feels good. Hopefully we'll dust the cobwebs off and get her going. Excuse me. But yeah, I haven't been back here since the confrontation. But he's over there. We've talked. It's no big deal. We're just here to have a good time and hopefully get the W today.
Now, indoor races seem to be better for you as far as racing. I know GoPro Motorsports, you've had a couple good races this year, but what is it about the indoor that makes it a little bit better for you?
I don't know if that's the case. I've won a couple at the other place. I don't know. I don't really. This place ain't my favorite. It's too tight and it's hard to pass here. But I guess you might have another fight today. Somebody had to move somebody to get by, but it should be fun. That's what we're here for.
Well, when you're only so tall, the anger has nowhere to go except out of your mouth and out of your body. So look for Jeremy Clemens to get pissed off at the end of the day.
Well, we see Michael Too Tall Medill driving his own stuff this weekend.
I mean, he's a no-driving fuck, so I don't care whose stuff he's driving. He's going to suck.
Well, Too Tall's roommate is down with Eddie. He's the other side of that argument we had last race. Eddie?
Skip Flores also part of that controversy last race we had here, and a little bit of controversy last night. Not really part of it, but just on the team. So do you think you can just get rid of all that today and just race normal?
I mean, I got rid of it a year ago when me and Dr. Don Winkowski, got together and to get rid of my ways, my Jersey ways, and straight and narrow ever since. So I'm trying to keep my roommate Too Tall calm down. He was fighting last night for some reason. So I'm just here to win.
So now you are close in the points right now. When you add the drop races into that, what is it going to take for you today to have a good run and run Ryan Truex and get some points on them guys today?
Oh, just I haven't been here since last year since we raced, and I don't know if Ryan's very good here, but just hope our team brings a good car to this race and knock off the other Jersey kid.
Well, Ryan Flores looking to knock off another New Jersey native, Ryan Truex, in today's race.
Ask him if he's paid the invoice.
Have you paid the invoice yet?
Well, I went up there to pay, and I wasn't sure if they were going to give me it or not, and they didn't, so I just walked away.
Did you bring a welder for today?
I did not, but I brought my helmet.
Right.
Good to see Ryan Flores brought his helmet, so you see two Truexes right there talking to each other.
I really didn't know there could be that many juniors in one family.
Well, we know spotters are big in the DNQ karting series, and Eddie's down with one very special spotter for today. Eddie?
Andrew Abbott here today, spotter for a couple of DNQ series drivers. Andrew, as a spotter today, how hard is it to keep on top of this action?
Well, as much alcohol is in my bloodstream right now, it's extremely difficult on this tight course, and I'm going to do my best to not get Eddie DeHaan or Tyler Young in a crash today, and see if we can win this race, take home the trophy.
How much of a delay do you think Tyler is going to have when he knows that you say clear? Do you think he's going to wait a little bit longer since he knows that you're a little bit delayed yourself?
If he was smart, he would, and we'll see how things play out and see what we can do here.
Well, we know Andrew Abbott will be cheering for the Chargers today, or whoever's playing against the Bills. So
Patriots.
Patriots fan today.
Well, we know that Victory Lane has a bar at it now, so watch for Panda to spot from the bar.
Which also doubles as the spotter stand.
Absolutely. Well, let's look at the Busch 2 Pass difference in this track. You see it right here. The hairpin, you go to the hairpin first now, and you didn't used to do that last year.
Yeah, they really added a good opportunity for a Busch to pass or maybe a bump and run or something like that. So I think the new track layout's going to make for some more exciting racing.
Richard, what do you think about this?
It completely sucks dick. I mean, it's granted, like, you're going to get some people that are turning other people, but nobody can really pass each other. It's not true racing anymore. I don't like it at all.
Well, the Bowman Gray style road course short track, as you see, the only way
right
to pass is to
you
wreck.
You got to wreck them.
That's what puts asses in the stands.
Well, let's go to Ryan Truex, who's down with Eddie. Eddie,
Ryan Truex is starting on the pole for the light race, and Ryan, you got Corey LaJoie coming down to race with you guys in the light division. How do you feel about that?
Well, he's super shit. I'm scared. He races heavy usually, and about halfway, usually after the last caution, he'll force his way into the top 5, and there's walls here, so he can't put us in the grass. He's just going to have to wreck us. So that makes me nervous, but I think we're going to be good. I brought out my teammate this weekend. We're on the second cart, which is a big deal for us as a team. So we'll just have to make it to the end and hope Corey doesn't wreck us.
With Kyle Larson not being here in this race, it opens a lot of points for you. And this is a big points race because you can earn 14 points for winning. What are your plans going into this race, and how do you strategize with that being in your knowledge?
Well, I'm glad he's not here. Everyone still thinks he is because I've been called Kyle about 15 times already. And Ryan Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Ryan Reed, just all the Ryans that aren't me, Martin, let's just get them all out there. But yeah, it's going to be a good points day if everything comes together. This place is pretty treacherous and it's slick. And I was worn out after qualifying. That's only 10 minutes, so it's going to be a long one for sure.
Look for Ryan Truex to gain some more points today during the race.
well, good to hear from Ryan Truex Jr. Good luck to him today. We'll be right back after these messages.
Reggie, you're known as a pretty outspoken guy.
You know, Joe, you don't exactly keep a low profile yourself either.
No, I guess not.
Besides, I only give opinions on what I know best.
Which is?
Everything.
Oh, well, let me get your opinion on something.
Ladies?
No. Brute.
Brute. I like the way it smells. I like the way it makes me feel. Joe, it's like going 5 for 5 with a home run.
Brute by Fabergé. After shave, after shower, after anything.
You know that...
Joe, now can we talk about ladies?
Oh, yes.
All right.
If there's two people that know about women, it's Reggie Jackson and Joe Namath, is it not?
Oh, I mean, they pulled the best pussy in all of football.
I mean, what do you think about that, Chris? Do you disagree with that or no?
I agree completely.
Beautiful downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. You saw the stadium right there. You see Romare Bearden and beautiful downtown area.
The
and
only fire truck in Charlotte.
And they're going to Victory Lane.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, we had qualifying earlier, and let's look at the starting lineup.
Ryan Truex Jr. on the pole.
On the pole. Starting second, we had DNQ 500. Runner-up, Cliff Daniels starting in second place.
His sister's pretty fucking hot. She should be driving instead of him.
Starting third is little midget Jeremy Clements.
Oh, best start of his fucking career.
Well, we'll look for him to not have any controversy at this race. Starting fourth, Australian Bronson Butcher.
Yeah, also a very good start for him. Look for him to be up front. He's a scrappy motherfucker.
Bronson will be strong. Dirt regular Brian Kolb starting in fifth.
Let's see what he can do with the new surface.
Starting sixth, Ross Chastain.
He's got the fucking stupidest helmet I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
That is a pretty ugly helmet.
Starting seventh, cousin to Ryan Truex, Tyler Truex. Junior, yeah, Truex Jr. Starting eighth, Brett Peters.
Brett the Jet Peters.
We need to have an inboard cam on him, calling it Peters People.
Yeah, yes we do.
Starting ninth is dirt regular Jesse Stanley.
Also, and his brother, who the fuck's his brother?
Clint.
His brother Clint off to the Air Force. Thank you very much, Clint.
Starting 10th, Sam McCauley. He's had a couple good starts in the Grand Am Series. Starting 10th is our, I don't even know what we're up to, 11th, our last year's amateur champion.
That's exactly where he needs to be.
Yeah, no driving motherfucker. Jesus.
Look for him to have a good run, I guess.
No, look for him to be
You
stinking
count
up
a good
his
run
shell.
as a 10th.
Yeah,
a good run.
Starting 12th, not expecting this from him, though, is Ryan Flores.
Still a fucking good looking guy. Look at that chiseled jaw, the rook wicker, everything's good.
Running 13th, or starting 13th, sorry, is Alex Crone, and we did not expect this.
The poor king of concrete driver, I guess he can't take it to the concrete for real.
No, he sucks good.
I don't know. And starting dead last, because he chose to, is Corey LaJoy.
Who is a wheelman if I ever saw one. You see right there, super shoe himself.
Well, let's go ahead and go down to the tech garage right now. And Tim Brewski is down there, and he does look very disheveled. But let's go down to Tim. Tim? Well, thanks, guys. Welcome to another version of the DNQ Tech Garage. I'm Tim Brewski, and as you can see, the years of alcohol and drug use has really ruined my life. And I did go past this Malibu, but they just can't tell me the way I want to live my life. So let's talk about a few things here on these carts today that we're going to see in this rental race here at Victory Lane Karting. Going to be a great time. Now, some of the things we want to talk about on this thing, right here is the split. And on some of these carts, which, come here, cameraman, come on in here and get a look at this real quick. Now, right here on this splitter, that's going to be right across this cart right here, what you want to do is you want to get this sealed off as much as you can. Get that max downforce on these carts, because when you don't have that max downforce, you do not have max turnability in these carts. And these drivers, when they don't have max turn, going to be turning that wheel just too much, scrubbing all that speed off of these carts here today. Now, another thing we want to talk about is the vortex. Now, a lot of guys I hear, big announcers, some of them won't mention no names or nothing, but some of these guys that talk about the vortex, when these carts get going out there, they really start to affect the weather. And now there was rain in here earlier today in this area. Once these cars get out here, that shit gonna stop. There ain't gonna be no rain around here in the Charlotte area. So everyone when one of these DNQ cars get out on that track, you better watch out, because the weather, there ain't gonna be nowhere. There's gonna be nothing but nice sunny skies, and these cars will start stirring up there. That's the DNQ Kart Series Tech Garage, baby. Back to you. Well, right now, let's go to our DNQ in-race reporter, and today it's Too Tall Medill. Too Tall, this is Bob in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Too Tall, we know you quit DHI this year to drive for your own team. What is it like leaving that top-tier equipment and now driving for yourself and stuff that you own?
Well, I wouldn't say our equipment is good, but I don't think it's that far off. I think, DHI was bound to be a top-tier team. Unfortunately, they kind of fell off with the absence of Drew. I think we're going to be all right here. We did a little bit of R&D work, but none of it was actually on a track.
Too Tall, our mailbag question comes from Giovanni Cirillo out of Trenton, New Jersey. Too Tall, we know that you love Cup drivers. How hard was it for you to watch them all fist fight last night at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
I didn't actually see anyone fighting. I think a lot of it was just ass grabbing and slapping of the face, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. It was a little heated. All I was doing was just pushing some tires around, because I'm the baby back bitch of the team. And, I'm okay with that. I thought it was good for television. Clearly the Cup Series isn't at the DNQ level quite yet, but it needed something like that to happen to make that next big leap to the DNQ Series.
Well, thank you for your time, Too Tall. Good luck in today's race.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Another onboard camera we have tonight is Bronson Butcher, the Australian, in the Busch Light in-car camera.
The Thunder from Down Under.
Field getting ready for the green flag as we see the flagman standing there, getting ready to throw it. There it is, green flag. We are underway for the light portion of the Busch Clash.
Look for this to get dirty fast, Bob.
I agree. He's going to be good. He's starting near the front, like you said. He knows how to use the front bumper. I see him in the lead very soon.
Bronson has won 2 of these races before, so he knows what it takes to win, doesn't he, Rich?
He's really good, and he's not scared to move somebody.
Ryan Truex getting towards the front of it. Ryan Truex Jr. getting up there. As you see the field coming through the last corner, that's your fastest part of this racetrack.
Oh, yeah, you're cooking coming down there off the backstretch. You got to pitch it in there like you know what you're doing. almost like a DNQ dirt race.
On board Michael Too Tall Medill, he's working on Sam McCauley right now.
He just needs to throw the front bumper to him. The guy's been holding him up for the whole the short portion of this race. Just wreck him.
A couple of these guys, I know Too Tall was at the VLK bar before this race started, and I don't think he'll care anymore. He'll just move them.
I'm pretty sure him and Eford and Palmer, yeah, they were definitely on the Busch to pass before the race started.
Tony Palmer is still on the Busch to pass. He may overdo it before this race starts.
Him and Tanda from the starting stand.
That is my favorite part of the DNQ. No one cares. It's not too serious. They're racing. It's true racing.
Cliff Daniels running down Ryan Truex Jr. right now.
Cliff Daniels, he's good. He ain't scared to use the front bumper. They're side by side, and he's gone.
New leader, Cliffany Daniels.
Who also has long flowing locks.
Cliff, new leader over Ryan Truex. Ryan Truex does not have the best car. Let's go on board Bronson Butcher. Running down Jeremy Clements as we speak.
The fucking little guy right there. Who also, I mean, his engine sucks dick. Everybody knows that. He has a bad engine every week. It's hard to tell if it's the driver or the car or the engine because every week it's bad.
Both of these drivers are under 6 feet tall, so you know they are perfectly proportioned drivers.
And there's some short dick motherfuckers.
Well, Chris got nothing for that. He's over here laughing as he makes the pass on Jeremy Clements.
To the inside, slide job.
You know, a lot of these drivers have already changed positions. Let's go down to Vincent Welch's down there. Vince, what do you got for us? What's going on? Let's go through the field.
Cliff Daniels with a large lead over Bronson Butcher. I talked to his crew chief, Greg Zipadelli, a minute ago, and he said, Cliff, we're going to leave the kart just like it is, so keep driving your nuts off and keep on going. Ryan Truex Jr., the son of Martin Truex, is currently running in the 3rd place. Ryan has been holding off Bronson Butcher, running in 2nd place. Said his kart's a little tight through the turns, especially when he turns right. The Australian knows how to turn right though. Jeremy Clements, who never runs up front, but today is his day as he runs in 4th place. Jeremy Clements said his kart has no engine, just like his Nationwide car, and he may have lost a plug wire like he did at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
As for Ross Chastain, he said he feels like there's an issue with his kart. Feels like he has a watermelon on his head. We're not sure exactly what that means, but it looks like Ross is starting to lose a couple positions. But look for him to rebound after we get this caution.
Well, hopefully Ross Chastain can make some moves on the way to the front towards the caution here.
He's under a lot of pressure from Tyler Truex Jr., though. Look for that to be a hot race.
Tyler Truex runs a series every once in a while. We know Truex Racing decided to bring 2 karts. Let's go down and do a race break with Too Tall Medill.
One driver out here that's struggling is last year's champion, Michael Too Tall Medill. Too Tall's felt that the shot of Jack Daniels he took right before the race would help him out the best. Turns out it's just helping him all right. He said this just a minute ago over the radio.
This thing's a piece of shit. Fucking nose won't turn. Oh, yeah. Parts junk. I'm coming in.
Michael Too Tall Medill out here, the last year's amateur champion, trying to hold off a strong Jesse Stanley, whose brother just went back to the Air Force. We want to say good luck, Clint, with your adventure. Jesse having a good run tonight, usually a dirt regular. Good to see him out here.
Well, you know, the amateur champion from last year struggling hard, Chris.
Well, it really showed why he's the amateur champion. They don't call him amateurs for nothing. He changed teams this year, and it's really showing.
Let's go down to Vincent Welch's again. Vince?
Butcher just passes Cliff Daniels for the lead. Bronson Butcher has been running 2nd for most of the race, but with a few slip-up mistakes from Cliff Daniels, Bronson has taken the lead before the caution has come out.
Good to see Bronson Butcher take the lead right before the caution's going to come out, and he passed Cliff Daniels. Looked like he was getting a little tight there.
See, I don't know if that's good or bad because Cliff Daniels can lay the bumper to him, and he's in a bad spot.
In a situation like this, I would much rather be running 2nd chasing somebody.
Absolutely.
Yes, especially in the DNQ karting series, and you know somebody's going to give a bumper to somebody. And back on board with the no driving son of a bitch, Michael Too Tall Medill.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised he's even passed cars today.
I mean, he's trying to chase down Brett the Jet Peters, for Christ's sake.
And you can see he's getting smaller and smaller in the view.
Yeah, he is.
Bronson Butcher leading, Cliff Daniels in second, and one driver that we haven't talked about yet is Corey LaJoy, who started last. He's already up to fourth.
He is a wheeling motherfucker. He's coming through the field like nobody's business.
Brett Peters right there. We would love to put an onboard camera where Brett Peters call it Peters Peephole.
That's going to be the next race. Brett Peters, you're getting the Peters Peephole.
Well, look at there. Ross Chastain, as we talked about earlier, struggling, but we'll wait for that caution to see how he does. And there's Tuttle.
Blowing the corner like...
Brian Kolb right behind him as we see Butcher leading this race right now.
I called it earlier. I said Bronson's going to be good. So, and he is.
Well, one driver that we just touched on not but seconds ago has worked his way all the way up to fourth. Corey LaJoy looking stout already. We know he's a regular here. What's going on down there, guys?
Corey LaJoy setting a blistering pace down here. We talked to him early. He started dead last in this heat. Corey said, I don't give a shit where I start. It's where I finish, and I plan on wearing their asses out today. Corey radioed in 2 minutes ago, said the court's about perfect, just a little tight on the left-handers, but it's a good thing that we don't have many left-hand turns.
Good thing we do not have many left-hand turns, and he is wearing these guys out, and very good to see Corey out there just absolutely dominating already.
I mean, smoking him. He's a fat son of a bitch. He is smoking those little bastards like Jeremy Clements, that little guy, and Tyler Truex Jr., Ryan Truex Jr., killing him.
When you're as good as he is, it doesn't matter your weight.
Absolutely.
Weight does not matter here as much as, in fact, the series did not weigh anybody before the race started as we go on board Mike Too Tall Medill, and we do have the caution out. He's yelling at Brian Kolb to catch up.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Too Tall passing him under caution. Whatever. That's the only time people pass is under caution.
Well, it's time for the Danny O'Quinn It's O-Time Bojangles caution. As we see these drivers pacing here, what do you expect here? Bronson's got the lead now, but will he hold off Corey LaJoy?
When you stack them up, Corey's already made his way from 16th to 2nd. Corey is coming. I'm not sure Bronson has anything for him.
I agree completely. Corey's come from deep in the pack. He's passed everybody pretty much except for Bronson, and Bronson might as well just hold on because he's going to the fence.
Too Tall not giving his spot up as we go back to the green flag. We're back underway. LaJoy third. Let's see how he plays this out.
I would expect him to move him quick.
There he goes.
LaJoy already to second as he go on board with Too Tall Medill, who's working on Ross Chastain.
Can't even see the rest of the field. Too Tall just needs to get his shit together. He needs to go back to the old team.
There he is getting smoked by Tyler Truex Jr.
Exactly.
You know, Drew Herring Racing had some very good carts, and Too Tall trying to do it on his own. Doesn't even have gloves on right now.
Right.
He can't afford them. He's having to pay for his own stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. On board Bronson Butcher, the leader right now. How long before Corey LaJoy makes that move on him?
I think Corey's smart. He's going to wait for the 5 to go. Corey doesn't want to lead right now because Bronson knows how to use that front bumper, and Corey knows that.
I'd much rather, like I said earlier in the race, I'd much rather have to use the front bumper than get used on me.
Absolutely.
I see Corey riding until like he said a few minutes ago. I see him riding for most of the race, just buying his time, seeing where he's better at, and then if it comes down to it, I'm throwing one in.
Ryan Truex lets Tyler Truex go by him, and that's not a very smart deal when these points are as close as they are between him and Bronson Butcher. As we look at Corey LaJoy and Bronson Butcher battling it out.
I mean, that's like letting your brother fuck your girlfriend.
That's a good way to put it, Richie. I agree with that. As Corey LaJoy has a run up to the back of Bronson Butcher. Do you think he's going to make the move here soon?
I think he's just going to bump him in the behind, if you know what I mean.
There it is, the move.
Oh, that's the Busch to pass move of the race.
Busch to pass right there. Corey hit it, and he's in the new leader, number 10 card.
He thinks he's good enough. He's going to pull away, and he is. Look at him. Bronson doesn't have it.
I see him drive. I mean, he's going to drive away. Bronson's not near as good as him. He's not as good as a driver as him.
His
LaJoy
chest
for the
hair
win.
isn't as good.
LaJoy started dead, like 14th.
Yeah, like dead last.
At the end of the field, and it's hard to gain 3 spots here, and Corey is leading this thing right.
Super shoe in the flesh right there.
Good to see Corey get to the lead as a heavy driver, no less, and there he is swinging it sideways, the fastest part of the racetrack there. You got to have control.
Well, I mean, he runs this, and he runs really good, and when he goes back down to cup, that's why he does so well.
Yeah, you can't compare these drivers to Cup Series drivers though. They're twice as talented. Even Too Tall is twice as talented as some of the Cup drivers, and that's one of the weaker parts of the series.
Fuck, don't kid yourself.
That's the weakest part of the series.
Do you think Too Tall could get in one of the mid-running pack cars and run top 5 in the Cup Series?
That's stretching it. I was thinking a top 20. I was thinking top 20, maybe a starting park deal. But that's his limits, I see.
Yeah.
Maybe a Morgan Shepherd.
Corey LaJoie out here leading this field, and you see the distance to third, which is Tyler Truex, and the rest of this field is spread out tremendously. And there's Too Tall, who could run 20th in a Cup race right now.
Brett the Jet Peters already pulled away from him. He's catching Ross Chastain. Check him out later on.
On board with the no-driving son of a bitch as he is, Michael Too Tall Medill, and we do not apologize for the verbal abuse.
No. See, if you want to learn how to not drive this track, follow this onboard.
You know, his CG is so high, it might be hard for him to get through the corners.
Well, his dick is so small, too.
Good point. He's got a low CG, Brad. You might be right. Yeah, you might be right.
No, that would increase his high CG.
Brian Cole trying to make the move on Too Tall right now.
The DN Quinn winning champion with the technical details.
You know what the crew chiefs know best as Corey LaJoie looking at white flag in the air for Corey
One
LaJoie.
to go. Here he is.
Will Bronson Butcher dive bomb the shit out of a corner to wreck him?
I don't think he's close enough, Bob.
I agree completely. He let Corey get too far out. He waited too long to try to make a move on him. Corey LaJoie.
Let's give a nod to Tyler Truex, who's running third right now.
Tyler
Great
Truex
run
Jr.
for him. Tyler Truex Jr., yes.
Yeah.
So, Tyler had a very bad wreck at GoPro. Joey Denowitz shoved him in the barrier there not long ago.
Joey Denowitz, yeah. He wrecks everybody. I mean, he definitely gets the fan of Greg Trent to move the race every race.
Nobody's going to touch Corey LaJoie, it looks like. And coming out of the final quarter for the third time in 2014, Corey LaJoie wins in the DNQ Grand Am Series. His third win, this one in light. See Bronson Butcher giving him a fist bump there.
Look at that. That's good sportsmanship right there. We like that in DNQ.
Absolutely dominating fashion, he won this race.
And it's probably because he didn't go to the liquor bar before.
I agree. As you see some of the guys right there at the liquor bar, but very good job.
You mean the spotter stand, Bob?
The spot, yes, the spotter stand. Spotter stand. Drivers getting done with this race, and it's physically exhausting after 30 minutes here, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. They've got to be worn out. You see Ryan Truex Jr. limping away.
Eddie's down with Corey.
Corey LaJoie comes home with the win in the light division. Corey, that's a little bit of a change up for you. You get the win and impressive at last.
Yeah, it was just a good day. George Seaton and 75 was running a really good day. I think this tractor suits my style a little better. You know, because I think you got a little more disadvantage if you're a GoPro, if you're a little heavy, you just can't really hang with the way guys in the draft. Here you can kind of slide it and find the grip, and we found enough grip today to win.
It seemed like that car really came in towards the middle to end of that race, and it seemed like you guys nailed the setup perfectly.
Yeah, the guys did a really good job making the shop. Really working hard to win time, trying to find a lot of bodies. So it feels like they're making gains in that department, but I just can't say enough about you guys. So, I'm just stoked on the loss for hopefully we can come back and do it again.
We got one more race left in the season. You've pretty much already wrapped up the championship. Not official yet, but it's pretty much there. How are you going to celebrate this thing?
I might go to Saeed, you never know. So, it's definitely the highlight of my career so far. So I'm working at 500 miles in the Bank of America. Charlotte last night didn't feel like anything compared to the last 30 minutes here at Victory Lane Garden. So I was really spent. Muscles starting to cramp up, but adrenaline's high, and I'm pumped.
Congratulations to a dehydrated Corey LaJoie. He takes home the light win in today's race.
Good to see Tyler Crone, Joey Denowitz, and Anthony Palmer at the bar.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
The DNQ Karting Series brought to you by Bell Helmets and the good old-fashioned Shark Lounge in Daytona
I love the
Beach.
Shark Lounge.
You know what? You can't beat the Shark when it comes to entertainment in Daytona Beach. As you look at the sunset in downtown Charlotte, great.
Tell you
view.
what, Stilettos in Charleston is a close second.
You know what? I would agree with that.
Yeah,
as we see
thanks,
the
Tom.
sunset here in Charlotte, beautiful area right here. As we look on board with Eddie DeHaan Jr. is getting ready to run this race.
I'm excited to see it. The heavy division is so competitive. It's the light division has some decent drivers and a lot of shit drivers. The heavy division is toe to toe for the whole race.
With the extra weight they have in the go-karts and the extra side bite they put in, like described earlier, it'll be a good race. I can't wait to see it.
Well, starting on the pole via Corey LaJoy is Adam Bieberich.
Who?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce that name. But,
Yeah, whatever.
Starting second here,
The
Brett.
Z-Train, Dylan Zabke.
His first DNQ rental start, and starting third, Brandon Webb, another driver making his first start.
Yeah, really nice guy. Professional. I like him a lot. Look for him to be up front.
He won a DNQ contest, we never sent him a sticker. We're sorry for that. I still need
Yeah.
to send that to you. But starting fourth, we have Brad Busker.
God, that's an ugly motherfucker. I'm glad that he can halfway drive. We'll see what he can do later.
Speaking of that, here's starting fifth, last year's champion, Tyler Young.
You said ugly, not inbred.
I think I saw Tyler in a cereal box not that long ago. Starting sixth, last year's amateur champion, Jeff Cordera.
Whose girlfriend has smoking out tits.
Starting in seventh is Jason Eford, Chris.
That is the no drivingest, no luck happy guy to ever grace the presence of the
With great hair.
Starting eighth is great hair right here, Joey Denowitz.
Oh, that's a good looking motherfucker. But he sucks dick and fucking pussy. He's terrible.
Starting starting in ninth is Eddie DeHaan Jr.
No comment.
No words.
No comment.
No words.
Starting 10th, Kyle Bon Sugar.
Sugar, he's the man. When it comes to the stripper stage, he's right up there. He's a good guy. Really nice girl.
Sweet girl. Starting 10th is SD20.
Short dick 20.
Racing for those kids trying to pay the bills.
Damn kids.
Starting 11th is 12th is Tyler Mitchell.
I've never met him, but he's got a ginger stash, so he's okay in my book.
Starting 13th is dirt regular Matt Holzbauer.
Holzbauer, he knows how to use the chrome horn. He's coming to the front.
Starting dead last, we saw him at the Spotters Tower, Tony Palmer.
Yeah, he might have some Miller Lights in him.
Well, we have two in-cart cameras. One of the in-cart cameras is from Eddie DeHaan Jr. and the Busch in-cart camera.
Yeah, the Busch to pass. Look for him to be strong right away. He's going to try to go to the front, and he's going to wait for the 5 to go.
Well, the field getting ready to go. Green flag, we're underway, and Dustin Bieber leading the field.
Bieberich, some kind of Mexican name, I don't know.
We're not sure there how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, whatever, he was quick.
Tony Palmer, I'm not sure how he's going to do tonight in this race.
Tony Palmer blowing that corner, somehow stayed in the gas.
Let's go on board the 5-hour energy in-car camera with SD20.
Short Dick 20, already behind. He's you can see who's out in front of him.
Kyle Bonsignor and Eddie DeHaan Jr.
Bon Sugar and Eddie DeHaan Jr. going at it already. SD watching it from the back.
That's a good thing he's watching, because I'd hate to see this battle with them in it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's got look, two brothers right there going head to head.
You know those two will race the shit out of each other.
Yeah, they will, and they'll wreck the fuck out of each other.
No
Good thing
question.
The old man in here.
Justin Bieberich out there running the lead right now, and Zoidberg running second.
Yeah, the Z train coming for Bieberich.
Dustin Zoidberg, named after the Futurama character Zoidberg, the lobster.
Yeah, and he also has the hair to match.
Matt Holzbauer, Tyler Mitchell, and Tony Palmer all spent time in the bar before this race. Let's go on board Eddie DeHaan Jr., who has a crotch cam for this race.
Well, his suit was really tight on his nuts, so it was really hard to take the tension off that.
Well, let's look at the foot cam here. He's very easy to get back to the gas.
He likes to roll into the gas, roll into the brake, Sometimes that's a good one. Not at this track. You got to be aggressive.
I think some of the drivers have to just manhandle this thing, grab it by the pigtails, and let it rip.
And he doesn't know how to do that. He's smooth and caresses the body.
Eddie might be taking this like a NASCAR race. He might be saving tires right now. We don't know yet.
Yeah, absolutely, and we know that in the dirt races, he is definitely saving tires.
Yeah.
He's not fast enough to not be using them up.
Yeah,
Look at the field here. Brad Buskirk working his way to the front already.
He's kind of holding up the field there. You see Joey Denowitz coming for him. Jeff Cordero with the Sweet Tits girlfriend, Sugar.
Cordero starting to lose some spots. Let's go aboard SD20 as he runs through one of the faster parts of the racetrack.
Yeah,
fast for everybody else, not for him.
Yeah, that's the truth. And you got to get a good drive off this corner here to go down the backstretch.
SD20 finished second last year in the heavy amateur points to Jeff Cordero. Came down to the tiebreaker at the end of the year. This year, he has absolutely smoked that ass, and he's going to win the championship as long as he has a good finish this race.
Yeah, but there's only 2 people running, and Cordero didn't even make all the races. So.
Yeah, well, you know,
you got to get a championship now, you got.
Yeah.
You know what? In the record books, he's got the championship.
Yeah.
The rest of the field coming through here, a bit congested. Jason Eford actually running decent in this race.
I was really surprised. He had a good run. I mean, he pulls off. He pulls out early in the dirt races. I mean, his girlfriend told me that. It's the same in the bedroom. So for him to make the whole race, that's a surprise. I like it.
Absolutely. And you know what? We feel sorry for her.
She's a strong woman.
She's a very strong woman to have to put up with Eford, but all I want to say about his good run in this race, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yep. Absolutely. He was on board with SD20. He's trying to run down his brother.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's probably in, 8th, 9th place?
Well, they're not running worth a shit as the rest of the field comes down, getting ready
Ooh,
to
look at that! They're side by side. You can throw a blanket over them, Bob.
Kyle Bond Sugar having a good run, and we know he's very good here as we're on board.
And touch! And Busker sucks.
The corner.
Busker took him out.
Cordero, when he's not posting himself doing some of the CrossFit stuff, he's out here racing.
Yeah, and he's good. Look at him. He's right behind Buskirk, and who's his? We're on board with SD?
Yes, we are.
Who's in between them? Who's SD going to ask pass?
Somebody with a WKA suit.
Oh, that's the Z-Train.
Is that Zorber? Look at Cordero saying, and you see SD right there trying to push Cordero.
And he's off.
He's saying, fuck your couch.
Yeah, he's
absolutely.
Done.
And SD's in trouble. He just got bogged down there a little bit.
Well, obviously, you can see he was in the way at that moment. You got to do what you got to do.
Joey Beautiful Hair Denowitz taking the lead.
Yeah. And we got, who's second?
I just spilled the cocktail on my shirt. And SC20 there, and you see the rest of the field. These guys, now minus Matt Holzbauer, the rest of this field is shit-faced right here.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time at the spotter stand with Panda.
Well, see, Jason Eford is known for spending a lot of time at the spotter stand. He's gotten close to the front as he's seen all year. I guess he might take this as a victory for himself, but who knows?
You would think he would be hotter with all that fireball in him.
Absolutely, and a shot of fireball might not be a bad thing. It might relax him before this race.
Yeah, be smooth.
For Jason, any kind of shot is bad.
Yeah. Well, he's first.
Brandon Webb holding strong. Or either that's Tyler Young or Brandon Webb. I can't tell because they got the Victory Lane suits on.
They're both inbred.
One of them's running second to Joey Denowitz right now. As we go on board, Eddie Hunt Jr. in the crotch cam.
Yeah, we'll just wait for him to blow a corner so we can show you how not to drive. Oh, he's hopping bad there. Look at that.
Yeah.
So happy we got this view of the front tires.
When your nuts hit the seat when you're hopping, that's what pisses you off.
Well, I mean, he acts like he has big balls, but really they're tiny little balls.
Joey Denowitz trying to outrun last year's champion Tyler Young as the rest of the field goes down to the fastest corner we see here. And Cordero and SD20 are not far apart, are they?
Yeah, they're side by side. They're running hard right now.
The amateur championship on the line. Jeff has had a bad season, had 2 really bad races, and let's open the door for Steve.
Yeah, well, Jeff, he's a tough competitor. He's looking to come back tonight, and this is the place for him to make a move.
Speaking of which, let's go on board with SD20 and the 5-hour energy onboard camera.
You can see he's really trying to take the corners too hard, in my opinion. He's got the back end kicked out, killing him.
And there's Cordero!
Yes.
Yeah, but he went to the inside on the corner. You can't take the inside. Like, what's he thinking? That really shows how amateur he is. Oh, there you go. Side by side. Oh, no, that's Dylan Zabke, the Z-Train.
Zoidberg passing SD. He's taking the full-blown Stephen Wallace
I don't know how
approach.
he got back there, but I don't know.
Well,
he must have got put off.
The amateur championship ain't no joke.
Yeah, he is a WKA Gold Cup champion, and he went to the back, so he must suck.
Joey Denowitz leading this field, and it must be the hair.
It's obviously the hair. It's the aerodynamics. It's the ladies. They're giving him a little boost from the behind.
You know what? If you ask anyone, it is the hair. Ask Boston Reed, who's had many experiences in racing. You see SD20 and Cordero battling it out here.
Yeah.
Back to the hair. Coming from a championship-style crew chief, hair's worth 2 tenths. Easy.
It's not even the hair. It's the beard in addition. It's the details that make the difference.
The ladies are worth at least 3. Tim Richmond. The ladies are worth some time.
He had a purse dog. Joey Denowitz has a purse dog. It's the win.
Tim Richmond Jr.
Yeah, he's from Ohio, too, so...
oh, that poor bastard.
Sorry, Brandon Nupp. We've said it before. Denowitz is Tim Richmond of the series.
He is.
Exactly. Brandon Nupp's a wannabe, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
He's growing a sweet stash.
He has.
Saw him today.
He
Nupp
has
has
the leathers to match.
Yes,
he needs to be hanging out.
You know what? If
school.
Nupp had half the talent, he'd be all right. Let's go down and talk about Tony Palmer during this race. Vincent Welch, what's going on?
Anthony Palmer is currently hammered and running in the 12th position. Anthony Palmer keyed up on the radio and said, "I'm gonna throw up, guys. Get ready. I'm gonna come in. I got a pit." So look for Anthony Palmer to blow chunks, with which may be a lot of Michelob Ultra about to come out of his mouth.
Well, glad to hear that Tony Palmer's about to puke. As long as he stays out of the damn way, he'll be all right.
Yeah, which is going to be hard for him because he's swerving all over the goddamn track.
I can't believe he's about to puke Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, he was drinking Mick Ultra, so let's take that.
Maybe he's a 17-year-old woman.
he's something.
Well,
He's something, Bob.
Well, the race going on here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this. Good fart, by the way. Very good fart.
Right there.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That rich aroma starts filling up the room. Lets me know I'm one day closer, oh, to getting home to you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Well, you gotta love that commercial there. The Folgers commercials are on board with SD20 back into the race, and he's trying to run down Jeff Cordero for the amateur win.
Keyword trying.
I really wish we had a different onboard camera so we could see the front runners.
Yeah, I agree with that. But as we're running through the field here, it's about time for that debris caution. And there it is. The caution is out. Let's go down for a race break.
Brad Buskirk down here, his cart looking good so far. Brad radioed in not that long ago that at the racetrack last night, he felt like if he had more liquor, he'd be a lot better off for this race. So look for Brad to maybe take a shot out of the bar down here during the pit stop.
Well, the caution's out. What do you expect in these last 5 minutes or 10 minutes of this race?
Oh, it's a shootout, Bob. Like, everybody is going toe-to-toe. The field is bunched up. They're already pissed off at each other. It's going to be a shootout.
Well, we see the field coming down here. Green flag, we're back underway. Let's see if Buskirk has anything for Denowitz.
They have some history together. Look for the bump and run.
Buskirk making the run on Denowitz already. Brad Buskirk to the lead.
Brad's been really running strong in the dirt series lately. Let's see if he can take
Ooh, and he gets moved by Denowitz.
He just got shit
Imagine
canned.
that.
Just got shit canned.
And
Tyler
he's
Young.
falling back to what, 5th, 6th, 7th? He's getting freight train.
His shit is screwed.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
Choo-choo, bitch. And here we go. Tyler Young to the lead. Now let's go on board. SD20. He's been racing hard with Cordero.
Yeah, this is a tight battle right here for like 6th, 7th, 8th.
Oh,
9th,
trouble! Jason Ebert gets
Ebert's
turned
around.
Doesn't surprise me. Ebert's getting turned. He's had the same luck he's had in this series as he had with the dirt series.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the slow-mo.
Imagine that. He's pulling out quick.
Bon Sugar said, you know what? Time for you to go, buddy.
No, sorry, bud.
Look at the field stacking up there.
Look at that. Who we got? We got Buskirk, Cordero, Eford.
E for tough break for him, but nothing he's not used to, as Tyler Young leading this race with Denowitz in second and Zoidberg in third.
Yeah, and Dylan Zobke, he's up there.
He's been running good. I'm surprised to see the run that he's having so far with his driving style. Hopefully he can pull out.
That's a rookie right there.
You know, these regulars are hard to beat. It doesn't matter who you bring in here.
Look at that train right there. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
On board with SD20s, he's trying to run down Buzzkirk, who got a shit can not that long ago.
Yeah, but they're racing hard right there. You can throw a blanket over them.
Chris is laughing over here. He doesn't have anything to say, but as we're looking at this...
Ooh, look at that. Good corner. Look at Buzzkirk with the drive off.
I think the Hunt's going to let him go when he gets to him. As Tyler Young lead...
Yeah.
That's
Denowitz making the dirty move like usual.
Tyler falling out of the seat right
there.
now.
I mean, his spotter right there. He has a delay. Don't forget that.
Yes, the Panda spotting for Tyler, and and he just let Zoidberg go. As we look at Bond Sugar, Buzzkirk, DeHaan, and SD20 right there.
That's a good race right there.
Let's go on board with SD20 as he's battling with his brother and Buzzkirk.
He's at the back of the field right here. We're just watching it happen, really.
Oh, man, he pushed the bumper to his brother.
3 wide.
I can't believe he done that to his own brother.
These two are going to race the shit out of each other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if the old man was in here, it'd be bad.
I wish Eddie Sr. was here tonight.
Oh, me too. Yeah, this would be 3x3. It would be real good.
He's out there helping Jeff Gordon get ready for the chase as we look at Denowitz leading Zoidberg right there, and then Tyler Young.
Tyler Young falling behind like usual.
He needs to get in the gym, hit the gym hard for this next DNQ race. To come out here and lead a race like that and then lose it to just
fall out of the seat like that.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
On board SD20 trying to
the
race
little
his
bump
brother.
and run. Yeah, look at that.
Well,
Eddie's having none of it.
Absolutely, and these two are going to race the hell out of each other. If they have the chance to, they're definitely going to do it.
This is for bragging rights right here. And Cordero to the inside.
Cordero don't give a shit.
Look at that snake move.
Cordero going to let him have it.
Ooh, and SD coming back.
Jeff Cordero's not giving up. He's trying
SD might have blew it.
You know what? He's not going to give up.
Look.
They're racing hard for 15 or wherever they're racing for. I don't know where, but all Steven did was let his brother get away from him, and now he's going to have to run him back down because of Cordero.
Can't even see the leaders right now.
Absolutely not, and you're not going to see the leaders.
They're fucking gone.
Denowitz has got a feel for this track. Tyler Young is always decent, and then you have a couple other guys that like Zoidberg there. He's getting after.
Yeah, first timers, rookie, making an impression.
That's what he needs to do in this series. He needs to come out, show what he can do, and maybe just improve from
here. And the white flag, one to go. Look, that's close right there. Let's see if anybody's close enough to dump each other.
Nobody is in the way of Joey Denowitz, and he has not won. He's had a shitty season.
Yeah, well, he deserves it because he's driving like a jackass.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah, coming back to get him for this season, and he might turn around right here.
First time it's paid off for him.
Looking at SD20, he's caught his brother again, but I do not think he's going to catch him here.
Nah, he's not close enough. I don't think he can dump him.
Eddie's been really good this race, dominating his brother pretty much. He's keeping him behind him. Let's see if it...
look at the corner.
He makes it...
and 3 wide with Brandon Webb. Who takes the spot?
Oh, unbelievable. As the rest of these guys come through here. And nobody's going to stop Joey Denowitz. He's going to get his first win of 2014.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The rest of the field pull in here. I know Cordero was pretty pissed off at SD20 after this race.
I'm looking for that heated confrontation.
His hair looks good after the win.
Taking the helmet off, perfect.
Good win for Joey Denowitz. And he's down there with Buzzkirk.
Brad Buzzkirk was up front in the late stages of the race, and Brad, you had the lead there towards the end of the race. It looked like it might play out into your favor, and looks like you and Joey had a little contact, which is typical here, but good race for you overall.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's nothing new with contact with me and Joey. I mean, we race hard. He's a good-looking guy. I'm a good-looking guy, and his beard won out this time. So what can I say?
Now, Brad, you got the dirt race on Wednesday night, and had How does this transfer over to the dirt? Do you feel like just having more seat time helps you out?
This seat time's a little bit different because you actually have to drive it like a white person. The dirt race, you just stand in the gas and hold on. The guy with the biggest cojones takes that victory.
Well, we'll see if Brad has the biggest cojones on Wednesday night.
All right, see you.
Well, we know Brad might not have the biggest cojones. As we see these two talking it out at the end of the race, they were not happy with each other.
Talking it out is an understatement.
Go down to Tyler Young fell out of the seat.
Well, Tyler Young had the lead in the late stages of that race, and you let Joey Denowitz get by you there at the end, and that's got to be frustrating for you.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we had that late restart and got a good push from behind, and it was good. And got the lead, and I thought it was going to be okay 10 minutes to go there, but Denowitz got back to me, and then it was just racing there, and once he got by, it was kind of over. He kind of drove away from us, but it was fun, man. Really good race. I thought we put on a good show, so can't thank everybody enough. And hey, we didn't win. Definitely the Denowitz. That was tough to lose too, for sure.
Do you think this will bring you more time now in the gym? Maybe the treadmill a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more weights or something like that to try to stay in shape to outwheel Joey?
I felt pretty good. You know, you come by me and he waved, and I was giving all I had, and that really pissed me off. But no, it didn't feel bad. At that 10-minute break, we could have used a couple more laps to get my breath. But overall, I thought it felt pretty good. I should have, I don't know, just missed it there at the end.
Well, 2013 champion shares his frustrations with us at the end of this race. Go have a beer.
Well, let's take a look at the heavy results from this race. Joey Denowitz taking home the win. Dylan Zobke finishing second. Tyler Young third. Brad Buskirk fourth. Kyle Bonsignor fifth. Brandon Webb sixth. Adam Berberich finishing seventh. Eddie DeHaan Jr. eighth. Ninth SD20. And rounding out your top 10 was Jeff Cordero. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the light results here, guys. Corey LaJoie takes home the win. Bronson Butcher in second. Tyler Truex third. Cliff Daniels fourth. Ryan Truex fifth. Clements, the Jet, Ross Chastain, Too Tall Medill, Flying Brian, Stanley, Alex Krohn running like shit, Sam McCauley, and Ryan Flores.
It really surprised me how bad Alex Krohn was. As much experience he has in a go-kart, the former 2014 King Concrete champion can't even hold his own in the DNQ
And Tyler
series.
Truex Jr., Ryan Truex Jr. up there in the front, no surprise. That's a good run for them again. Looking for the championship.
I can't believe Corey LaJoie won that race there.
Came from dead fucking last.
They don't call him the shoe for nothing. I keep saying it. I keep repeating it. He's the man.
Let's go down to Eddie, who's down with our heavy winner.
Well, Joey Denowitz celebrating a win the only way we know how to in the DNQ karting series at the bar. And Joey, a post-race beer's got to be a lot sweeter with a trophy right next to it.
You know, this is tough. These guys are a lot of fun to race with, and I got to thank Corey LaJoie for running light and giving me a shot today. And also, he taught me a few things when I watched him come from the back there. So congrats to him on the light. Cheers to you, and thanks to Steven and Eddie to put all this on. This is fun. It's a lot of fun. I didn't think I had a shot today, but that's a long race. That's tough, man.
Joey, you've struggled throughout the year. You've had a couple wrecks at the beginning of the race and another wreck with myself. But this win comes at the most needed time for you in this season, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And to beat, Tyler, I mean, he's always tough, and whether it be any racetrack, and I knew I was going to have to beat him today. And we raced each other really good. We actually commented that it was a lot cleaner than we thought it was going to be. But yeah, it was a little bit of a dry spell, so I'm glad I got a trophy. And I thought I was thinking this morning, I was like, man, I hope I don't go down in history as just a two-time winner in the series. I hope we do a little bit better than that.
Well, 3 for Dale. Hopefully Joey can continue his winning in the DNQ karting series. Congratulations.
Hard to see Denowitz struggle through an interview like that with his lisp and that terrible Ohio State ad.
Well, let's look at the heavy points real quick and check these out real quick. As we look at the points right here, looks like Corey LaJoie has clinched a championship.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, Tyler Young, he's got a solid second place finish. Buskirk still in third in the hunt, but I wouldn't count on much.
In light points, it's going to go down to the last race. Ryan Truex Jr. has a 2-point lead over Bronson Butcher, and Drew Herring is coming to the GoPro Motorplex for that last race of the year.
Oh, I'm excited to see that. Drew Herring is going to mix it up. Ryan Truex Jr. and Bronson Butcher, they're rivals, but they're friends. It's going to be amazing.
Bronson almost won that race last year, and Drew Herring got him on the last lap, and he still won. He still had the championship, and he passed him on the last lap for the win. Bronson Butcher is going to be somebody to watch in that last race.
I mean, coming from down under, he knows how to use the chrome horn. He's not scared of it. Ryan Truex Jr., you better watch out. Bronson Butcher's coming for
The
you.
Thunder from down under. Well, what a great race we had today at Victory Lane Karting.
Even though Too Tall Mandela was in it.
I'd like to thank everybody for letting me commentate this race. Had a great time.
At the end of the day, two separate winners, Corey LaJoie and the Joey Denowitz. You see him right here. Thanks for
equally as good chest hair.
Absolutely, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next race.
This has been a production of the DNQ Karting Series. Any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this race without the express written consent of the DNQ Karting Series is prohibited. The DNQ Karting Series would like to thank its fans for their continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.